Hello, first year Level 3 UAL Creative Media Production and Technology students. Here is your first project then, the first of 6 this academic year. This is entitled Advert Project. As you can see from the top here, you've been given a deadline. All your deadlines, all 6 projects throughout the academic year will all be due in at 4:30. That's going to be consistent throughout the year. Now this comprises 2 units. Unit 1, Introduction to Media Processes and Technical Skills, and Unit 2, Introduction to Design and Research Skills. So, we've put these 2 together and called it the Advert Project, and here's what we're going to be teaching you over the next few weeks. You're going to be provided with an introduction to different styles, techniques, methods in relation to creative media production and technology. So some video and audio skills in particular, along with still image production. So you're going to be looking at particular characteristics and methods of communication within the sector, particularly communicating to an audience and justifying what you're doing in terms of the user, the audience, the person who's going to be accessing this product. So Unit 2 is going to have more of a focus on research and you designing your advert projects. You're going to be developing skills and learning about skills in relation to research and justifying why you're making the decisions you're making in your team, why you're making the advert the way you are for that particular audience. Within this project, you're going to be developing an understanding of the vital role of design and research, because it is vital, it's fundamental to justify as to why you deserve that budget in industry or why you deserve that time and resource to do the thing you want to do. In creative media production, that's something we need to get used to doing. So you're going to be doing that, researching and then executing an advert project. So let's have a look at the actual brief itself. In this assignment, you're going to create an advert project. As you can see here, we're going to be sponsored by Exit 6 Film Festival throughout this project. Our friends there will be coming in, either Skyping in or physically coming in to check on the work as well, and then judging the best work as well for consideration for Exit 6 Film Festival next year. Now, they're looking for you this year to create a series of advertisements for an original film is what they want from you. Not necessarily the full-length film or even a short film. They want advertisements for an original film for the consideration of Exit 6 Film Festival. If they like what you've done, they'll recommend that you create that film to then be entered into Exit 6 Film Festival next year. You're going to be working in a team of 3 people maximum, 2 to 3 people maximum, please. And I want you to present all of your ideas, designs, research in a professional WordPress digital portfolio, which we are going to help you construct and build in our lessons en route to the deadline. So, in a team of 2 to 3 people, you're going to be creating a series of advertisements for an original film. The research you're going to gather will include ideas generation, sketches, mind maps, primary and secondary research. So primary is your own research, focus groups, interviews, surveys. Secondary research, so pre-existing research and analytics to justify your idea. A rationale, again a justification as to why you're making the decisions you're making. An action plan, how you're going to go about executing your idea as a team. And this is important, we want to see you evaluating and justifying your ideas. Having an idea is wonderful, and being creative is something we actively encourage, and taking risks, again, is something we are wanting you to do. However, constantly you need to be thinking about the audience and evaluating and justifying, okay, this is a great idea, we really like it, but why is this a good idea? Why would the audience also be interested in this? The difference between that amateurish level where you and your friends are doing something and that professional level whereby it's for an audience is something we're looking to bridge in this project with you. Exit 6 have told us they are looking for advertisement examples from you of your original film. They include the following. Video, of course. So think about a teaser clip, a trailer, and an advert. As a minimum, we'd expect to see these 3, but don't feel constrained by that. Think about the way you can use social media clips and further examples of moving image media to advertise your original film idea. For audio, we're lucky to have Tom with us, who's an audio and sound expert who will be able to teach you how to create a voiceover, how to do a radio advert. But again, you aren't constricted by this. Think about how else you can use audio in terms of combined with social media advertising and marketing, about how we can use it in terms of podcast clips as well, maybe. How can we use audio to advertise your original film idea? In terms of image, a poster, a thumbnail, photographs, think about ways we can use static still images to advertise your idea. Could be digital signage, could be billboards maybe. I want you to think creatively. These are simply examples, hence the EG that is before the actual examples themselves. But I want you to transcend that and to shock me and show me interesting things I haven't even considered to advertise your original film idea. And of course, I want to see reflections throughout of your project, how it's going. Think about behind the scenes vlogs, behind the scenes podcasts of you and your team talking about how it's going. I also want you to reflect on how ready your portfolio is for clients' expectations. Ideally, you'll be reflecting all the way through, talking about how it's going, and is your portfolio going to be ready for what Exit 6 wants? Is it looking professional? What would you do to change that? What's going well? What isn't going so well? At the end of the project, you'll be recording a reflection on how ready your portfolio is. But I'd also expect you to do this throughout, either as little text posts on your WordPress or, and I prefer this, vlogs or podcasts. I think we get more honest reflection that way from people. But if you don't want to appear on camera or are not at a stage whereby you want to record your voice, then little text posts on your WordPress reflecting on the progress is great. But ultimately I want a little mini evaluation at the end of the project as well, of you reflecting on how ready you feel everything is for the client's expectations. And the client is Exit 6 Film Festival. Now once done, your completed advert project, which includes all of your research and includes all of your adverts for the original film idea, needs to be in your WordPress digital portfolio, and crucially needs to be submitted as a link in Google Classroom. Now we will show you how to submit the actual link when it comes to the deadline, which again is 19th of October 2018 at 4:30. So the criteria I've put into the assignment brief as well for you to have a look at. Just to be very transparent with you, this is what Peter, Vicky and I will be looking at when you submit your WordPress portfolios to us, so we can look at the criteria and then look at your WordPress and advert project and see whether you've satisfied the criteria. As you can see, this is assessed as achieved or not yet achieved. We'll be giving you feedback, of course, here as well. Unit 2 criteria is also here for you to have a look at in more detail. So I'm looking for you to actually satisfy this criteria in the advert project. If you abide by what I've gone through here, you will achieve this criteria here. For example, 1.1, applying understanding of a range of processes to support media activities, and 1.2, applying media processes and skills safely and appropriately. So if we see you carrying out the research here and the advert project itself, then we'll be satisfied that you've achieved this. For 2.1, if you critically compare a range of communication methods used to convey meaning in a creative media production, so translated, if you use these different methods here, video, audio and image, and then in your evaluation actually reflect on that and say what works best, what didn't work well, what you do different next time, then we will be happy that you've managed to compare different communication methods to convey meaning of your original film to the audience. For Unit 2, 1.1, if you've done this here, this project brief requirements, then you will have satisfied this. For 1.1, again, critically comparing a range of research tools, methods and skills, if you've done what we've asked you to do, particularly in the research bit here, then you would have satisfied the criteria. Carrying out this research is crucial for Unit 2. If you've done this, then you would have satisfied the criteria here. For 2.1, critically comparing a range of primary and secondary research sources. That's why we've got this in the brief, you see. Primary and secondary research. And again, evaluating and justifying your ideas. How did they go? Be honest. It's okay if things go badly, as long as you reflect upon it and show us what you've learned. 3.1. Applying design and research tools, methods and skills to record and interpret information and develop ideas. Again, this here will cover that Unit 2 criteria. For outcome 3, applying design and research tools, methods and skills, and evaluating the effectiveness of these tools for your creative media production. I think you're getting the idea now. If you follow this, then you will satisfy the criteria which is listed underneath for us to look at when we're marking your work. Just wanted to show that to you here in this video tutorial so you can see transparently exactly how we're going to be marking your work. If you do this, then you will have achieved this criteria here. What we're doing essentially is translating this educational criteria talk into a professional, more industry focused terminology and outline here for you to abide by. Okay, so there we go. That is the first assignment brief. You have time to work on it in our lessons and in blended learning and in your 2 non-timetable lectured days, as it were. So you have time, you have support, you have access to equipment. The deadline is 19th of October 2018 at 4:30. Contact me directly, your course owner, Scott Hayden. Contact Anna, your RAP tutor, if you're stressed or worried about this. We're here to help you. Best of luck.